I will now continue with my explanation of macros in Cognos reports. I will continue using this previous example, and I will add another value prompt in here. I will name this parameter parselected function. I will click on finish, and then I will again use static choices. I will create a new variable with the name var selected function. This variable is of string type. I will click on OK. I will give a value to this variable from this parameter, so parent selected function. OK. And I have to provide possible values, and possible values will be count. And also I will use function rank. I'm using these two functions because they will work both on text and on number. So I will click on OK. And I will change these properties here. I will make this prompt optional, auto submit, hide adornments. I will give default selection. Default selection will be function count. Okay. Okay. And I will remove this header text. Okay, now my prompt is finished. I want now to bind this prompt to this column. And for that, I will double click here to get this formula. Now, what I want to get is this. I want to get, for example, count of the function month. Something like this. And to achieve that, first, because all of this will return just my month column, I need to type parentheses around it. Something like this. And then in front of it, I want to get count or rank. And to do that, I will again use my prompt function. So I will type $, prompt. A name parameter is parent selected function. And then I need also token as a second argument. And then at the end, I have again $. Now, here I can't have any spaces. So I have to remove all of the spaces from here. And this is my expression. I will now click on OK. And I will execute my report in HTML format. We will go here to page 2. And here I can choose between month and month key. But for each column, I can change my function. I can use count or I can use rank. You can see how result is changed depending on what I have selected in this prompt. Now we need to go deeper here. How is actually macros different than ordinary function? What is so special about macros? Well, for that I will jump here to Excel, and let's say that I have one drop-down menu where I can choose between those two functions. I can use count or I can use sum. Count or sum, and for these values here I can get result. Result of sum is 6, but if I choose count, result is 3. Now in Excel, to achieve such logic, I need to write formula like this. Now inside of this formula, I need to have a formula for count and separately for sum. And then depending on the condition, I would execute one of these two expressions, this expression or this expression. But let's say that Cognos macros are available in Excel. In that case, we would write our formula something like this. I would create a macro that would return either count or sum, and then I would just append this between parentheses. So my result would be either this or this. Now this is something that is not possible to do in Excel, but I can do it by hand. Let's say that my macro will return result in first step, and that result will be either count or sum. Let's say that the result is sum. So this would be the result of my macro. That would be some text. And that text would be literally added to some other text. So it would be added like this, like copy paste. And then this is actually the formula that would be executed. And this is a simpler way to create a formula. So you can see that this formula is simpler than this one. But part of this formula is actually created by using macro. Now, while we are here, let's explain something about variables. We will return here to Cognos, and we will change this page preview to page design. While we were creating these prompts, we also have created some variables, and we can use those variables on some other places. For example, if I select this column, I can go here to style variable, I can click on three dots, and I can select my variable var selected column. But what is strange is that here I don't have those values. I don't have month, and I don't have month key. So what is happening? I will click here on OK. Is that our variable was not accepted? There is nothing here. This is empty. Can we change this? Well, for that we have to go here to report menu, to variables. We have selected our variable, and then with this plus we can add some values. I will just add value month, not month key, just month. I will click on OK. And now if we go back to page 2, if we select this column, if we go to style variable, if we select this variable var selected column, now we have our month here. It is here. And when I click on OK, this variable will be selected. So it's here. And now we have this button. If we click on that button, we only have one option, that is this month. So I will select it, and I will choose background color green. And now I can execute my report in HTML format, and we will see how we can control color with prompt. So now this is for month, it is green, but for month key, it is not green. And this is how those options work. And now we can explain one more thing. What is actually happening when we create static choices? We then have two dialogues. Now, one dialog will actually, now in order to show properties for this prompt, I have to go to this button and I have to clear a conditional state. Now, when we have created static choices, here we have all of these values, and these values are visible. Maybe it's better to show this prompt. I will use this prompt, and all of these values are available inside of macros and formulas and so on, but they are not available inside of this style variable. What is available inside the style variable is what is written here. So only these values are available inside of style variables, and that is probably true for all of the usages of variables inside of a graphic interface. So month and month key are available in formulas and macros, but only month is available for style variable, render variable, and so on. And now I want to show you that story about two dialogues. I will go back here to page 2, and I will add another value prompt. I will just click on finish now. I want to change anything. I will accept default values. And now I can go here to static choices. When I click on static choices, I will create a new string variable with this default name. But here I will use this first dialog. I will here add a value, let's say 1. Okay. I will click on OK. I will select, just like previously, to use this parameter. This doesn't matter. But what doesn't matter is that we have now this second dialog, and in this second dialog I will add values 1, value 2, and value 3. I will now click on OK. And now if we go here to variables, and if we select this variable string, we only have 1. We don't have 1, 2, and 3. So that is the importance of that first dialog. First dialog is the same as this pane. It will only give us these values, while those three other values, 1, 2, 3, can be found here, and then can be used inside of formulas and functions. They are available inside of this dialog, and that other dialog is only available through this pane.